Hey there, I'm Ryan.
I'm Ivan. I forgot my name!
What are you doing, bro? You're supposed to be professional.
You've got 2 words.
Will, can I just say, Will, you were just spot on at Traitors. Absolutely loved it. I tell you what, if that bloke hadn't done his, I'm stopping it here, you would have won. I was like, yeah, go on, Will. I can't believe you. I can't believe you.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway.
I'm winning in life now, which is good.
Anyway.
He says it doesn't matter. It does a little bit, doesn't it, Will? Just a little bit.
See, I wish you hadn't said that. Every time somebody says that, then we have to stop for 5 minutes. Wilf goes for a cry and then comes back.
I'm sorry.
So, Ryan, what happened was you said your name, and then I got to me and I was like, Ryan's already done mine. What do I do?
And then I'm Ivan. No, I'm Ryan and Ivan.
This is an unconventional introduction. I think we should keep it.
You want to start this all again?
No, we're going to keep this until the music's going to be on a loop behind us for like 5 minutes, like the intro music.
Yes, please.
And tonight, we debrief Race Across the World with some of the most iconic contestants. This is the podcast where we watch reality TV, so you don't have to. Welcome to episode 13 of It's Just a Game. Hello and welcome to episode 13 of It's Just a Game, the podcast where we watch reality TV, so you don't have to. Every week I am joined by Ivan and Wilf. Hello Wilf, how are you? And first question for you, do you realise that that's 12, not 13 you were doing with your fingers?
Mate, I'm new. No, it doesn't matter. I don't know, but I'm good. Life is good. Yeah, I'm very, very good. And that's it. I haven't got no update on my life. My life's just
It's
good.
okay. You don't need to have an exciting life. Ivan's also here with us.
Sorry, but I'll have an exciting life on your behalf. Hey, I'm headed off to UK Games Expo this weekend to play games with my nerd friends. So suck on that. Thank you very
You're going
much.
to play my favourite game, Find the Carrot?
I hope so. That's my favourite game of all time. Yeah. There's an expansion that I really like as well called Find the Larger Carrot.
Find the Cucumber, yeah. I played it.
Yeah.
Right, now if you're just joining us, this podcast is all about reality games. Every week we look at the winning strategies, the most iconic moments, and our favourite contestants. Tonight we debrief Race Across the World with one of my top 3 favourite pairs.
Nicely done.
As always, this is a spoiler zone. If you haven't seen Series 3 Race Across the World, go away, come back when you're done. Today, we have a chat with 2 of the most lovely TV personalities I have ever met, Cathie and Tricia. They were strong contenders from the start, finishing just 2 minutes behind the leaders in the first leg and winning the next 2, at one point over a day ahead of everyone else. Along the way, they chopped logs, they served lobster, and they explored sea signs and mountains. As the race got harder, they feared their hopes of victory might escape, but they were driven to see it through, and they did, as they reached St. John's to be crowned winners of this year's race. Hello, Cathie and Tricia. It's so good to have you here with us today. Oh my God. Nice. Some winners on the podcast.
Oh, finally. The smell of victory, it's coming over my broadband.
Oh, honestly, you were incredible, so I want to just right in it, because I've got to ask, you won this race. Well done, we know that. Do you think there was a defining moment for you guys to win? Like, when did you know it was in the bag? When did you know you were about to win Race Across the World?
We knew when we were in Stanley Park for 5.5 hours.
Right there.
What happened there? 5.5 hours?
Let's face it, it was not a strong start.
No, it wasn't.
But sorry, straight away, did you feel like when you say about the Stanley Park thing, did you think, yeah, is this what it's going to be like then?
I threw my bottle of water on the floor and went, that's it, I'm done. I'm done. And she went, pick it up, carry on, we're not having any more of that nonsense. Okay.
No, I mean, honestly, all you had to do was just call a taxi from there to St. John's and you'd have made it to the finish.
Well,
if you had the money for it.
Exactly, which we didn't.
That never stopped Kevin.
I love that. Kevin was,
Sorry.
no, it wasn't even about Kevin. It was about the younger guys that just had the big breakfast every morning. And I love that they got told that they've left the race and they're eating biscuits in their tent.
That was just so sad.
Oh, it was so sad.
Yeah.
See them.
Yeah, it was. Oh, they're so lovely,
They are
aren't
lovely.
they?
Really
Really lovely guys.
Yeah, genuinely lovely.
So, did you have a strategy then? So, no camping, that's number one, rule one. Is there any other things you did the whole way through that gave you the win, do you think?
We made a plan, we changed the plan, and then we did something completely different.
So let's go through that again. Your plan is make a plan. Good start. I like a plan where the first thing is make a plan.
Yeah.
Change the plan.
Plan, and then something completely different.
Yeah, that's
But
lovely.
I think that's part of like when you go onto reality TV, right? Well, especially competitive reality TV, you always go with a game plan, and like exactly what you guys were saying. For me, experience towards the end, I was like, if I murder all my friends, I'm going to be depressed. So I was like, no, I can't do it anymore. So there is a point to your game plan where you're going to go, no, this actually, I need to change it. Like anybody who goes into a TV show thinking they're going to use the whole game plan for the whole time, it's just delusional. Like
it lasts about 12 hours.
There's too many variables and there's too many unknowns. So you've got to be adaptable. And I think our other strategy was we decided to keep some money back. So for the last week, so that if we needed to jump in a taxi and leg it, we could.
Because I'd seen series 2 where the guys actually couldn't get up. Series 1 couldn't get up to the tower because they were missing $12. That would have killed us, wouldn't it? So we were squirreling money aside so that we knew we could actually just go.
Yeah.
You're so right as well, because Monique and Laddie, they spent exactly 12% of their budget on each leg. I noticed as it was going through. Yeah. It was amazing. But you guys, I think having a 2% extra at the end actually was a big difference.
Yeah.
I mean, we spent quite good in like leg 1, leg 2, 3 and 4. We paid a huge amount of money. But leg 7, I think that's did it for us because we only paid $230 for the whole leg. So we were like, "Whoa, we've got this now. We've got this money." And I think at that point we went, "Yeah, you know what? We're just going to go. We are absolutely going to go for it."
Yeah, we used it in leg 8. We used that money to get taxis. So that part of the strategy worked really well. Other parts, not so much.
When we talk about strategy, we can only strategize for what we've actually watched on TV.
Yeah.
So would you say that the actual production behind the scenes is so different probably to what you see on TV?
No, not at all, because what you actually see on TV is actually what actually happens. So we decided in leg 1 to go kind of inland. Yeah. So we then decided we're going to go inland, and we didn't change that strategy. So what you actually saw was actually what happened.
Oh, cool.
So it's very real, isn't it?
It is, and our crew that were with us, they have no input whatsoever.
They can't give you a glass of water or a polo or a KitKat.
Or a KitKat.
Polo, I love that.
What is it about a KitKat? Sorry, what's that? Why specifically KitKats?
They were
Because they were
smuggling
eating
KitKats.
KitKats and we couldn't have one.
They
and
were
they'd be
doing
like
that.
this. KitKat.
Have a KitKat. We were like,
No.
Yeah.
we have a bit. And they were like, no.
But no, so they're not allowed to influence us at all.
No.
So it was genuinely our decisions. And even if they knew we were going completely wrong, they couldn't get involved.
But that's the best way though, isn't it? So when we was filming The Traitors, right, they basically put us in a house, like a castle, and went, go. And I'm like,
Reality.
what do you mean? Yeah, like, it was like, what do you mean? So I don't understand that.
I tend to compare Race Across the World with Hunted, where you feel like the people travelling with them are directors, because they're like, oh, it's nighttime, better not travel because we won't get a good shot, or oh, you've been there for a day, better move on. And like they're constantly kind of moving you on and changing your plan and making you do stupid shit like go and stroke your dog. Like, no, I'm on the run, I'm not going home to stroke my dog.
That shit. It's like, we're only away for 30 days. Oh, I miss my dog so much. They're like, yeah, why don't you go home? We'll pay for you to get a taxi home. Just say bye to your dog. We won't tell the hunters, we promise.
No, exactly. CCTV, ANPR, they don't actually have the use of that. So you know that the director's like, yeah, he's in a clown outfit and he's in a clown car and he's literally traveling to a circus.
Right, can I ask you a question? Serious question, Ivan, right?
Yeah.
So at the beginning, when you watch Hunted, it's like, thieves don't have the power to this state and all that. So it doesn't make sense from the beginning.
It really doesn't.
So when they're like, yeah, we've got this person on this, I'm like, but I'm pretty sure you said at the beginning you don't have that.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, can you please send armed units? I'm sorry, all good is the camera.
But also, like, the hunters have to pretend they can't see the camera crew. So, like, they're hiding behind like a
big camera.
And then you got the sound. They got the sound jockey.
Sound guy.
I've got a genuine question now. So, a lot of the people that were on the show, the couples that were on the show, were family. So you had like parents and daughters, and you had people that were married.
Yeah,
you two were just friends, so you're not blood related or anything.
Just
like that.
friends.
And
You know what I mean? But I'm like,
I quit the podcast. Actually, this is a rude question.
Yeah, Will. Bye.
Sorry.
You are the weakest link.
Goodbye.
No, sorry.
Goodbye. But what made you guys go in as friends, and like where did you realize, oh, I want to do this, and convince each other?
I'd get Cathie into all sorts of trouble all the time. I'd seen series 1 and 2, and I thought it was a brilliant idea, absolutely amazing. So it said do a 1-minute interview, and I did the sitting in my bedroom. Yeah, I want to do this because I'm batshit crazy and I'm going blind. Blah 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 blah. And then I messaged Cathie going, you need to do a 1-minute video. And she was like, okay, why? I said, because you want to do it, because you're my guide dog.
Wait. So you actually you pitched yourself as guide dog. I love that. That's amazing. Oh, by the way, I have to bring her. She's my guide dog. Like,
this is going back a few years. And we did the London to Brighton 100 kilometres. And I said to Cathie, she said to me, let's do it. And I was like, yeah. And she said, oh, I'll be a guide dog. Don't ever look on the internet for guide dogs for adults or baby brains for adults.
Oh my God.
Do it.
Don't do it, people.
No, don't.
I'm doing it right now. I'm sorry.
You cannot unsee it, honestly.
Oh, and it's born.
So we take the mickey that Cathie's my guide dog. So she did the 1-minute interview, and you weren't 100% sure of what was going on.
I had no idea. Absolutely no idea. I'd never seen it. Didn't know anything. So I said in about how I love to travel, and and I was obviously, my main motivation was to support Trish. And then COVID hit and we didn't hear anything for 2 years.
Rude. And then they phoned us and went, can you come in for interviews? And we were like, what the? And so, then it just progressed, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, on behalf of the producers, I apologise for you not hearing for 2 years. The producers just had really, really long COVID.
Yeah.
Bare long COVID.
The longest COVID.
Yeah. Can we actually deal with these crazies?
Yeah, it was time for the police checks to come back, and then they were like,
They were like, one of them says they're a guide dog. Can we put
they're just going through every flag on DBS check, which was a full-time job for 2 years.
It's not a good thing, is it, really?
No, not really.
No, but honestly, you had the most incredible race. And so I've got to ask you, what was for you the most special moment of this race? And maybe what was the most challenging moment as well? But let's start with the most special moment.
Gosh, there were so many.
There were huge amounts. For me, the special moment was standing in Churchill on the ice floe. Or it's an iceberg basically, but they call it an ice floe, and just sitting on there and just taking in every second of it. It was just so spectacular.
Wow.
Nobody gets to do that.
And so what about the most challenging moment then?
For me, I think it was again in Churchill, trying to figure out whether I would leave my husband back in the UK dealing with his stuff that he has to deal with, or stop the race for Cathie. And that was horrendous. That was really, really hard.
There was another point, actually, that when a guy came along and decided to charge us $600 for this travel, and you were really bad, weren't you? And we just sat and I just held on to her, and it was awful to see her like that. It was horrendous. I just never want to see her like that, ever.
Like you were saying about it being really challenging, I can sort of relate to. So my brother passed away. He had kidney failure. And, yeah, he was on dialysis for years, and it was really, really tricky. So when that came up, that was something for me that was like, oh, but that's what I love about the show. There's some real hardcore elements to life and to all kind of people's lives, and they're going on this amazing journey that's fun and experience. But there's also things going on at home, which I think that point really makes people realize, okay, they're normal people as well.
Yeah.
Tricia, like, we got to see so much of that. So you obviously proved during the show that your sight impairment was not a problem. You absolutely kicked ass. You won the race. You went all the way across America. But what advice would you give to other people who feel physically impaired but want to travel?
Take Cathie with you.
Okay, all right. So yeah, Cathie, how free are you? Just thinking about your calendar for the next, I don't know, lifetime.
Take somebody that you trust and actually just do it, because you've got one life to lead, and just do it.
Yeah.
You know, what's the worst that's going to happen? And this is what I said to you when we were trying to get lifts was, what's the worst going to happen? They're going to say no.
Yeah.
I trained, I used to train face-to-face fundraisers, and it's like they have to stop people and get their bank details in the middle of the street on doors and all that. And that's the same thing you say. You just the worst thing that they can say is no.
Yeah.
Or fuck off. You know what I mean?
You're being polite with the older ladies.
No, actually.
Yeah, Ivan.
Hang on. Did I say older ladies? Did I just say ladies? What I mean...
You said ladies.
I said ladies.
Randy's son that called us old ladies, wasn't it?
How rude was that?
Yeah. So we just started taking the mickey, saying that we're old ladies. Yeah. And then you had to ask if...
I had to ask, hi, are you Randy? Are you Randy, baby?
Incidentally, I am, yeah.
I'm married. I'm not Randy.
No, you're married. You're Randy because you're married.
What's getting on in here?
Ryan, you're normally the worst for this. Can I just say, ladies, can I say something, yeah? You have put Ryan in his place. Ryan's always the one making these kind of jokes.
No, I'm trying to behave because we've got ladies in the room.
You can't even talk at the moment.
But Ryan, what happens is we all insinuate something, and then Ryan's like, yeah, we all want to have sex.
How you thought this was going to go, isn't it?
You're like, oh, those two little old ladies. Oh.
I think it's bang on, actually. I think it's bang on.
So Canada's a beautiful country. There's so many different places, terrain, cultures. What part of Canada was your favourite part? Where was the best part of your journey? And you can't say Churchill. You're not allowed to.
And because Canada's a diverse country, you're going to have to answer in French.
Ryan, je suis désolée, je ne parle pas français.
You know what I actually have to say, watching the show, I was impressed by your French, because you speak incredibly decent French by English standards.
Thank you. Merci.
Honestly. Incroyable. Bienvenue dans C'est juste un jeu.
Je suis pomme de terre.
No, you're not a potato.
Anyway, no, honestly, sorry, Wilf, I railroaded your question. But,
No, it's okay.
I think my absolute favourite place, personally, as I say, we're quite individual in, what we like and what we don't like. But I loved Jade City. So we kind of rocked up at this place in the middle of nowhere. So it's Jade City, population 32. And we were taking apart this cabin, or long drop as it was.
It didn't smell. We were okay.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
And I just went down and just stood by the side of the lake for a few minutes.
She shirked off work while I carried on.
Yeah, well,
Rude.
You love it.
I do.
Yeah. So, and yeah, just this lake. It was still frozen, surrounded by white mountains, the sky, not a cloud in the sky. And I just took a moment, and it was magical, absolutely magical. And that was my favourite area, I think, in Canada. In the Western Canada, I loved British Columbia. Absolutely loved it. But then when we got to Quebec City,
Oh, it was
I
beautiful.
just fell in love with Quebec City.
Yeah.
And it felt like a completely different country.
We were sat there eating ice cream, and then we both went, "Oh, we could come here for a weekend." And then went,
I wouldn't say it felt like France.
"No,
but
it didn't."
It felt like a completely different country.
Yeah.
And Quebec City is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I really, really loved it there.
They did do a really, really good job in portraying Canada in such a beautiful way. I think.
Yeah, they did.
But also, at the same time, speaking of the cold, hard cash you won, how's that been? Have you spent it on anything? Do you have any new things you can show us that you now own? What did you do with it?
Stop
No.
it.
Tricia, that's for the Patreon.
For people listening, Tricia almost started lifting her shirt.
Sorry. She knew exactly what I was going to do before I even thought.
You want to see the rest of it? Go on YouTube. Or OnlyFans.
That's on a different
What's
website,
the
isn't
other
it?
thing that people do?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could tell that we have no idea, can't you?
No
Like,
idea.
What's
No.
that other thing?
No, don't know. What's that other thing? Well, yes. So the money, from my point of view, had to be spent on travelling because it made sense to do that.
Haven't quite done enough already, I guess.
No. But it kind of makes you think about travelling in a different way. So mine and my husband's default was 2 weeks on this amazing beach. So we would literally escape for 2 weeks, and we'd be in a lovely resort, spa, everything you wanted, 2 weeks on the beach. And now it's more about actually seeing somewhere and traveling through it. And so we've not long come back from Thailand, and this time we did 3 days in Bangkok, and then we spent time in the jungle, and we stayed in the elephant camps, and then we went to the beach. So it does make you think about traveling in a different way. So that's what the money went on, is going on, is traveling, but taking our sons and their partners as well. So a bit of a family travel expedition.
That's
We're
lovely.
talking about how you spent the money, and like it's changed your perception of traveling and stuff. Has being on the show changed your life in any kind of way?
Massively for me. Massively. So I used to work for a bank that was quite a negative environment, and I'm not saying that as management or staff or anything. It was just the way it was. You can't do that because of your eyes, you can't do this because of your eyes, you can't do that because of your back. And since then, myself, Cathie, and her husband walked up Machu Picchu, and I realised, actually, I can walk up bloody Machu Picchu. I can use a bloody cash machine. So I left. And I now work for the RNIB, so the National Institute for the Blind.
Oh, that's so cool. What a brilliant story.
Kind of giving back to the guys that helped me originally.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it has massively changed my outlook. And they all now go, "Can you do?" And I'm like, "I'll give it a go."
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Life is a bit different for us because Gareth and I run a business. And when I came home, I thought, right, they've done without me for 8 weeks now, so they don't really need me 5 days a week. So I do try not to work full time anymore. And as I say, different traveling objectives now. It's more about seeing places rather than just having 2 weeks in a very sterile resort, that you don't actually see a place, you just see the beach and the hotel. So yeah, it's certainly, those are the changes, I think.
Yeah. And in October...
Yeah, big news.
Oh!
Exclusive! Hang on.
October, myself, Cathie, Gareth, her hubby, Zainab and Mabeen are walking the Great Wall of China together.
Oh!
Yeah.
I love that! When is that? Can I come?
Yeah.
I want to go!
Manchester, next year, Manchester 10K.
Yeah.
Emon, the winner from Series 2, and people from Series 1 and people from Series 2 and 3. And all of us are going to do the Manchester 10K together, helping raise money for RNIB and getting people to come along and have a good laugh with us.
That's very cool, but it's not the Great Wall of China.
No.
Yeah.
But we get to meet the public.
Yeah, that's great. That's so cool. I love that all the things you're doing are sort of like movement now. Like, let's just, my gimmick is movement. I'm going to just move in different directions, sometimes for money.
Move.
That's why we took the ferry, see? That's why we took the ferry.
Wanted to go further.
There.
And we had to move.
And we had to keep moving.
It's clear to see that your friendship hasn't, it's only been strengthened by the experience. And the thing that sticks in my mind was when you were getting on that gondola or whatever it was called, and you had to and it's like you're watching these two people just speak to each other with such trust and such admiration. I mean, look at you, Tricia, you're having a panic attack just thinking about it, but you got on. And that's testament to the friendship you have. You didn't just get on, you continued it all the way to the end.
It took Cathie so long to persuade me to get on that bloody gondola. I really wanted to walk up that hill. She was like, it's going to take you 4 hours.
I'd
It could be 3 hours.
Pull yourself together. You're getting on that frigging gondola.
No
Get
more
on there now.
nonsense. Get on there. And I was like,
Your friendship was beautiful because there were times where you're both at it, and then Cathie's like, no, shush. Like, going back to the map and stuff, like, just shush. And I'm like, whoa.
she's like a little Rottweiler, like a teacup Rottweiler.
We're back to the dog thing.
A guide Rottweiler.
Love you. You're not a dog.
That's so funny.
I brought up 2 boys, so, you know.
Yeah.
There we go.
She's had a vaccination against
I've had
the eyes.
vaccination against puppy dog eyes, right? They don't work.
Yeah.
And
What, vaccinations? Are you an anti-vax?
No. The vaccination against puppy dog eyes.
You know when they do the...
Okay.
Oh,
No.
Too late. I will edit all of this, and the Sun will write about how you're anti-vaccine. TV News will look you on tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Fully vaxxed.
As are my children. Fully vaxxed.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Piers Morgan would like to have you tomorrow.
Oh, would he? Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
He can't afford me.
No.
I know. God, you guys cost so much to get on the podcast. Like, the budget we've got to extend to here is ridiculous.
Where's our cut? Hello, but where's our cut?
Well, I can send you a share of the profits we make per podcast episode, which is about I don't know, maybe like £2 in total.
Couple of Freddos and some space.
If you send me your bank details, I give you a KitKat.
Good point, Will. Do you like Freddos, Trish and Cathie? Because we could.
Oh my god, I love Freddos. Oh my god. Freddos are a big thing. We do a lot of Action Challenge stuff.
They're not that big.
Every time you get to a rest stop, it's a Freddo rest stop.
Freddo wrap stop.
And I bet I end up with like about 2 kilos of Freddos in my bag.
That's good weight. That's fine. That's all right.
No, but honestly, Cathie, Tricia, you've been amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank you so much, ladies.
Yeah, wonderful.
And we'll look forward to seeing more of your travel diaries. I've been following you on Instagram. I want to see you all in the Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
We'll be back very soon to watch more reality TV. But in the meantime, if you're listening, give us a 5-star review, follow us. If you're watching, like and subscribe. And if you want to see the beautiful men and women hiding behind these voices, follow us on social media at itsjustagame.podcast on TikTok and Instagram. Until next week, I'm Rayan Rashidi. You can follow me at Joe Biden.
I'm Ivan Brett. You can follow me at Donald Trump.
I'm Wilfred Webster. You can follow me at...
What's the other one?
Boris's child is called Wilfred.
You can follow Tricia and I on Instagram at Tricia and Cathie, all one word.
And from all of us here, it's see you very soon and goodbye.
Bye!